Tax compliance is not a new challenge to many countries, especially developing ones. This, most times, contributes to low revenue generation. Councils are responsible to carry out devolved developments according to the Local Government Act of 2004 and revised 2022. Even though over the years the Freetown City Council has been doing its best, yet meeting its target is a big challenge stemming from non-compliance. One of the reasons for this is the lack of cost-effectiveness in accessing local tax. Alfred stays at the east end of Freetown. He has to pay three-way transportation, costing him over 15 leons, almost $1, to buy 5 leons tax, which is around 25 cents, an amount that is not cost-effective, says Alfred.
I stay all the way at Shell in the eastern part of Freetown. Moving from my house to come and pay my local tax at City Council office cost me a three-way transport. I have to pay three-way transport. So that is 15 leons, I could say. And the local tax I am coming to pay is 5 leons. So just imagine paying 15 leons, spending 15 leons on transportation to come and pay local tax, which is 5 leons. I think this is, one of the obstacles preventing people to come and pay their taxation. You spend more on transportation than what you're coming to pay.
Like Alfred, Honorable Aaron Auna Koroma, a member of parliament who is an expert in local government issues, expresses similar concerns while calling for an innovative way like the use of technology which can be leveraged on to increase compliance and revenue mobilization.
That's the value in terms of the nominal value of the tax due for citizens. Imagine I have to pay 10,000 leons or 5,000 leons, as the case may be, for a local tax, and then I will have to incur possibly 100,000 or more to access the Freetown City Council office, which for sure is not cost effective. And one other key disadvantage that taxpayers, actually those that are in Freetown, do face here is the fact that the Freetown City Council is not that much decentralized. The whole of the city, from Kalbata or Ogu Bridge to Lebuma Beach, where of course this falls under their locality, they only have a single office. So it means if I have to pay my local tax, if I have to pay my property rate, if I have to pay for any other service that council do render to the people that require payments from people, it means one has to go to their office. So I'm sure one of the ways they could also leverage to really ensure that compliance can be increased, and of course that will also increase revenue mobilization. I'm sure the use of technology could be key.
Before now, there was a partnership between Freetown City Council and mobile companies operating mobile money to introduce a payment system for local and other forms of tax. But the Information, Education and Communication Officer of the Freetown City Council, Koma Hassan Kamara, says they are still putting things in place to start up the system.
We have engaged the companies, the AfriCell and the Orange company, and they are working on the system because it's something new. So we want to see how best that can work. Notwithstanding, because of delay and the way the time we use, because this is what we call our peak time. We don't want to wait until the Orange company or the AfriCell is ready for us. So that's why we are going ahead. But I believe immediately after this particular time, we have that system that can make it more easier, because that is what exactly we want to do. It makes it more easier to the people. And it's not only about the system for those who want it manually, because I think the reason technically is because of the hard copy of your receipts or whatever, because that can be a challenge, because when you do your payments, you need to have people, want their hard copies of the receipts to show that they have paid. So that is where we have the challenge. But we are working on it to see how the company can be able to issue out hard copies of receipts that you have paid.
Explaining the benefits of such a system, Honorable Aaron says the use of such a system will minimize cost in collecting tax.
For us to pay is our local tax, they use their mobile apps and then get receipts, get the payment done. Freetown City Council will have their money. The taxpayer will have evidence of payment, and then should there be people who are going out to do verification, people will have some form of evidence, of payment. And it's also even good for even local councils themselves, because even while they will be spending on tax collectors to go out and enforce compliance, the cost of course you'll be incurring in that particular drive will also be minimized using technology. So I think the use of technology could be a very innovative way to ensure that both the councils minimize their cost and also reduce the rigors and the problems also faced by even the taxpayers in the pursuit of complying to their tax obligations.
With the world evolving and technology making things easier, the Freetown City Council can leverage on such a system to save costs, boost revenue generation, and also ensure compliance at the same time with the much needed sensitization that comes with it. This report is produced under the DPI African Journalism Fellowship Program of the Media Foundation for West Africa and co-developed. Joseph Johnson, AYV News, Freetown.